So this is for my dad's memorial webpage. Would love if everyone, as many people could make videos like this. It's a little weird. You gotta post it on YouTube, and then one of the options is you can share the YouTube link on the page. If you don't want to do that or you can't do that, anything written would be greatly appreciated. Photos greatly appreciated. So, and that webpage will just be around as long as web pages are around. What I want to talk about is how I've been thinking about my dad's life story over the, something I've been thinking about the past few years. And when I talk to him, what he kind of, his stories, what he explains, how he defines himself. Some really important parts of him are how he grew up, and in school, he wasn't a very good student. He had some funny stories that I know a lot of you have heard about how he got through school and what it was like, but the teachers didn't really give him confidence. They didn't think he was smart. They told me he wasn't smart, and he believed that. So he just went to sports, and he excelled at sports, and that's who he was, the first 20 years of his life. And when he was at college at Temple, he got that scholarship to play baseball. People told him, his professors told him, the only reason he was there was because he could throw a baseball. And it was true. That's why he was there. But that is what I think is the most interesting point of all his stories, like a turning point where he decided that's not going to define him. And he decided to work really hard at school and in college. And he was no longer just an athlete. He was a hardworking academic. And that's inspiring to me, how he shifted his life. And once he got out of college, he just kept going with school. He got his master's degree, became an administrator. And I think everyone that interacted with him in, the last 50 years of his life, that's the person they knew, was just a hard-nosed, hard worker, very determined. And I just really admire that part of his story, that he was one thing and then he changed and became somebody else, a better version of himself. Maybe you could think of it that way. And if you ever competed against him in sports, you played tennis or golf or basketball with him, there was just, he was tenacious to play against. He was tough to win against. Till he lost his leg, I had trouble beating him in things, if I ever beat him in things. But along with that, that hard nose and then hard work and that attitude that he could bring, he was almost always nice about it, and he was funny. And I think the other thing I love about him is he never took himself too serious. I think that's what made him good at his job and made him a good dad, that he could joke around and actually laugh at himself all the time. And I take those things, and then I've learned those things from him, and it helps me get through life. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say about him.